Gentlemen, let's face it, aging brings changes. But here's the truth no one tells you. Some of the most frustrating symptoms like poor circulation, low energy, and a fading sense of masculinity might not be due to age at all. Instead, your breakfast choices could be playing a much bigger role than you ever imagined. If you're waking up tired, stiff, or lacking vitality down there, it's time to ask yourself one question. What are you giving your body first thing in the morning? While most men over 60 either skip breakfast or settle for coffee and toast, there's a better way, one that nourishes your circulation, supports muscle function, and gives you back the sense of strength you thought you'd lost. This video is about 5 simple morning foods, not supplements, not prescriptions, that can jumpstart blood flow and restore power where it counts. Backed by real science and real stories, these aren't gimmicks, they're tools. So stick with me. Because by the end of this video, you'll have a simple, natural strategy to start turning things around. And it begins at breakfast. 1. Plain yogurt, nature's circulation primer. It's amazing how often the simplest foods are the most powerful, and how often they're overlooked. Take plain yogurt, for example. Most of us think of it as a light snack or something the grandkids eat with fruit. But for men over 60, it might be one of the most underrated tools for restoring circulation and muscle tone where it matters most. Why yogurt? It's not magic, it's biology. As we age, inflammation becomes a silent enemy, narrowing our blood vessels and weakening the muscles in our pelvic region. That's where yogurt steps in. This humble dairy product is rich in probiotics, which help reduce internal inflammation and support gut health, an often forgotten driver of overall blood flow. But that's just the beginning. Yogurt is also high in protein and calcium, both of which are critical for maintaining the strength of the pelvic floor muscles. These are the muscles responsible for urinary control, sexual function, or in postural balance. Weakness here leads to more than just intimate frustration. It affects your confidence, your mobility, even your sleep. Let's not forget how easy it is to incorporate. You don't need to cook or prepare anything fancy. Just a small bowl of plain yogurt with a drizzle of honey or a handful of berries can do the trick. And it's most effective when eaten within the first hour after waking up, when your body's most receptive to nutrients. I recall one patient, Bill, 68 years old, who admitted he usually skipped breakfast altogether. His mornings were filled with stiffness, leg cramps, and a general sense of sluggishness. At my recommendation, he started each day with a simple yogurt bowl. Within 3 weeks, not only did his digestion improve, but he noticed reduced numbness in his legs and, as he quietly shared, a little more life down there. The beauty of yogurt is that it works behind the scenes. You won't feel a jolt of energy like with caffeine, but over time you'll notice subtle improvements, stronger steps, steadier balance, and renewed confidence. It's like giving your body a maintenance check every morning without pills, powders, or prescriptions. If you've been searching for a natural starting point, something gentle yet powerful, look no further than your refrigerator. 1 scoop of plain yogurt may just be the first small shift toward reclaiming the strength and vitality that time tried to steal. 2. Quinoa with almonds, clearing the arteries naturally. If there's one area that takes a serious hit as we age, it's our arteries. Years of wear and tear, from stress, poor diet, and inactivity, start to show up in the form of sluggish circulation, especially below the waist. And while many reach for medications to combat this, there's a food combination that can help unclog the system naturally: quinoa with almonds. Quinoa might sound trendy or exotic, but it's actually an ancient grain packed with magnesium, fiber, and plant-based protein. For men over 60, this trifecta is a game changer. Magnesium helps relax blood vessels, improving blood flow from your core to your groin. Fiber helps reduce cholesterol buildup, keeping those vessels open and elastic. And protein fuels the muscles that support pelvic health, from movement to intimacy. Now throw almonds into the mix and you've got a circulatory powerhouse. These small nuts are rich in healthy fats, particularly monounsaturated fats that support heart health, plus vitamin E and antioxidants that reduce inflammation in the lining of your arteries. Combined, quinoa and almonds create a breakfast that tells your body it's safe to let the blood flow. I once worked with a retired firefighter named Hank, 71, who had been dealing with cold feet, literally in dwindling energy. His doctor blamed it on aging, but I asked about his breakfast. Predictably, it was just toast and coffee. We swapped that out for a warm bowl of quinoa topped with sliced almonds, blueberries, and a sprinkle of cinnamon. 2 weeks later, Hank reported that his feet felt warmer in the mornings, and he had more spark throughout the day. What's remarkable about this duo is how quickly it can shift how your body feels. It's not just about preventing heart disease, it's about feeling strong, energized, and grounded every day. Eating this kind of breakfast signals your arteries to stay open and responsive, rather than tightening up and shutting down. And the best part? It's incredibly easy to prepare. Cook a batch of quinoa once a week, store it in the fridge, and warm it up each morning. Top it with almonds, and you've created a meal that supports circulation, steadies blood sugar, and sets you up for better movement, balance, and bedroom performance. Forget sugary cereals. This is real nourishment, and it works. 3. Pomegranate, the morning nitric oxide booster. There are some fruits that are sweet, and then there are those that are smart. Pomegranate belongs to the second group. Beneath its tough outer skin lies one of nature's most potent vascular enhancers, especially for men over 60 who want to restore circulation to the lower body. What makes pomegranate so powerful isn't just its tart flavor. It's the concentration of polyphenols, antioxidants that trigger the release of nitric oxide in the body. Why does that matter? Nitric oxide is a key compound that relaxes and widens your blood vessels, allowing more blood to flow freely to your muscles, organs, and, yes, your groin. Now here's the kicker. This is the same mechanism used by many popular prescription medications for erectile dysfunction. But instead of chemicals, you're getting the benefits straight from fruit. No side effects, no waiting in line at the pharmacy. I remember Mr. Allen, a 66-year-old widower, who told me half-jokingly, "I've got more plants than excitement in my bedroom these days." After a quick laugh, we got serious and added pomegranate to his morning routine. Just half a glass of pure, unsweetened juice before breakfast. Within 10 days, he emailed me, thrilled. Not only did he feel more energetic, but he noticed sensitivity returning to places I'd given up on. That's the power of fueling blood flow naturally. And the best time to do it? First thing in the morning, when your system is most receptive and your stomach is still empty. Drinking a small glass of pomegranate juice, or even munching on a few tablespoons of fresh seeds, gives your body a surge of antioxidant action that primes circulation for the day ahead. Of course, not all pomegranate products are created equal. Skip anything with added sugars or from concentrate. What you want is pure, unsweetened juice or fresh arils, those jewel-like seeds. If you're going for the juice, limit it to 4 to 6 ounces to keep the sugar content reasonable. It's tempting to think a fruit can't possibly help with something as serious as circulation or erectile performance. But time and time again, research and real-world results prove otherwise. When eaten consistently, pomegranate supports vascular health at its core. So the next time you pass by this ruby red fruit at the store, don't overlook it. It might just be the secret weapon your body's been waiting for. Tart, tasty, and remarkably effective. 4. Avocado with olive oil, the energy stabilizer. Sometimes the best solutions are the ones hiding in plain sight on your kitchen counter. If you've ever wondered why your legs feel heavy in the morning, or why your lower body seems to lag behind the rest of you, the answer might not be your age. It could be your fuel. That's where avocado and a splash of olive oil come in. This creamy green fruit, yes, it's a fruit, is a powerhouse of monounsaturated fats, the kind that keep your arteries supple and your blood pressure steady. Pair it with extra virgin olive oil, rich in polyphenols and anti-inflammatory compounds, and you've got a breakfast combo that doesn't just taste good, it protects your circulation and nerves. Here's what most people forget. Overnight, your body has been fasting. Your muscles, including the pelvic floor and legs, wake up running on empty. If the first thing you put into your system is sugar or caffeine, you spike your energy briefly, but crash hard. On the other hand, A half avocado with olive oil offers stable energy, supports nerve signals, and helps blood move freely to your lower half without the crash. I had a patient named George, 70, who told me he dreaded mornings. His legs felt like bricks, and he often needed to sit just to put on his socks. We tried a small shift. Before anything else, half an avocado, a drizzle of olive oil, and a glass of warm water. Within a week, he noticed his feet were warmer, his steps were lighter, and getting out of bed didn't feel like a battle. What's happening behind the scenes? The potassium in avocado helps regulate blood pressure, while its healthy fats nourish cell membranes, keeping muscles and nerves firing correctly. Olive oil adds an anti-inflammatory punch that protects blood vessels from oxidative stress, a silent culprit in age-related circulation problems. Even if you're skeptical, it's worth trying. This isn't a fad or a detox, it's just real food doing what real food is supposed to do. And it couldn't be easier. No cooking, no measuring, just slice, drizzle, and eat. Or mash it on a slice of whole grain toast if you want to go fancy. When you start your day with nutrients, your body understands it responds in kind. You get energy that lasts, better movement, and a foundation that supports everything from walking to intimacy. Sometimes, the smallest shift, like adding half an avocado, can lead to the biggest turnarounds. 5. Blackberries, the unsung hero of vascular health. They're small, they're dark, and they often get overshadowed by their brighter, trendier cousins like blueberries or acai. But when it comes to vascular health and lower body energy, blackberries are in a league of their own, especially for older men looking to feel more alive and in control again. Blackberries are packed with anthocyanins, powerful antioxidants that help strengthen the walls of your blood vessels and improve their elasticity. Why does that matter? As we age, our arteries tend to stiffen, which limits healthy circulation, particularly to the legs, pelvic region, and groin. That's when symptoms like cold feet, tingling, or reduced sensitivity creep in. But there's more. Blackberries also contain vitamin C, which supports collagen production, important for vascular integrity, and fiber, which helps regulate blood sugar and keep inflammation at bay. In other words, these little berries work on multiple fronts, reducing oxidative damage, calming inflammation, and supporting the tissues that matter most to men over 60. I recall one gentleman, Frank, age 67, who confessed he hadn't felt fully present in years. Numbness, low energy, and no clear cause. We added a handful of blackberries to his morning yogurt each day. Within a week, he felt more alert. Within 2, he said his legs weren't going numb when sitting. By the end of the month, he'd resume walking his dog every morning, something he hadn't done in over a year. You don't need a fancy smoothie machine or an expensive supplement. Just a handful, fresh or frozen, is enough to begin supporting your circulation. Add them to plain yogurt, toss them on oatmeal, or just eat them straight from the bowl. The goal is consistency, not complexity. And if you're wondering whether one little fruit can truly make a difference, consider this. The circulatory system responds to signals. When you feed it foods that reduce inflammation, protect vessel walls, and improve elasticity, it listens. Over time, those small signals add up to bigger changes: improved energy, better movement, and greater sensitivity where you want it most. Blackberries might not look like much, but they punch above their weight. If you've overlooked them until now, maybe it's time to reintroduce them to your plate and give your body the support it's been waiting for. Sometimes the key to waking up your strength isn't in a prescription, it's in a berry bowl. You've just discovered 5 powerful morning foods: plain yogurt, quinoa with almonds, pomegranate, avocado with olive oil, and blackberries that can improve circulation, strengthen muscles, reduce inflammation, and restore vitality from the inside out. And none of these require a doctor's visit or a prescription. They're real, accessible, and proven to work if you put them into action. Now let's be honest. Change is hard. Habits are comfortable. But staying stuck in patterns that keep you tired, numb, and frustrated, that's far harder in the long run. What's easier is starting small. Tomorrow morning, commit to just one change. Maybe it's a bowl of yogurt with berries. Maybe it's quinoa topped with almonds and cinnamon. Whatever it is, make it intentional. And here's why it matters. Your body is still listening. Even after 60, 70, or 80 years, it wants to repair. It wants to thrive. All it needs is your cooperation. You don't have to be perfect. You just have to be consistent. Give your circulation the support it deserves, and you may be surprised by what returns. Energy, strength, sensitivity, even joy. So don't wait for motivation. Be the reason your next chapter begins stronger than the last. Choose to eat with purpose, and let breakfast be the foundation of your comeback.